I'm Tamara, and today I am going to show you how you can turn all of your extra batting into something called Frankenbatting. It really is a super way that you can use up all of your batting scraps. So let's jump into this tutorial and make ourselves some Frankenbatting. There are 6 important tips that you should know when making your Frankenbatting. So let's dive in, grab all of your batting scraps, and start pulling out all of the same scraps. Tip number 1 is going to be that you do not mix batting types because all different types of batting will shrink at different rates. So grab all of the same batting and jump into tip number 2, which is to square up all of your batting scraps. So trim all of your edges so that you've got straight lines, whether you're working with strips of fabric or you're cutting them into square chunks. Then it's time to take all of your different strips of fabric and lay them all together, creating the size of batting that you are looking for. So for myself, I'm actually needing a small chunk that will go in between my hexagon spider web. So I'm just going to lay out all of my fabric in a way that works best for that particular project. Now it's time to take these strips to the sewing machine. Tip number 3 is to set up your sewing machine properly. You will be using a zigzag stitch. Try to make that zigzag stitch as wide as possible because it will give your batting more flexibility. And then I used a length of about 2.5. And now it's time to sew our batting. Tip number 4 is to not overlap your 2 pieces of batting, but just lay them gently side by side as you sew your zigzag stitch along those 2 pieces. This brings us into tip number 5, which is that you do not need to do a back stitch when you start or when you stop, as all of this batting is going to end up sandwiched together in another quilted piece, which will hold all of your batting together nicely. As you can see here, our 2 pieces of batting are nicely held together. I of course would normally use a matching thread, but I wanted you to be able to see the process. Then continue on down the line until you have a large enough piece of batting for the project that you are using. So what do you think? Are you going to make yourself some Frankenbatting? If you are, leave me a comment down below and tell me, what are you going to use your Frankenbatting for? Are you going to use it for a smaller project, a larger project? Let me know how it goes. For myself, I tend to use my Frankenbatting for my smaller projects, things like my hexagon tutorial behind me here, or a baby blanket. So if you found this tutorial helpful, please give it that thumbs up, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss future tutorials. And as always, I hope you guys have a wonderful day and a happy Halloween. Bye for now.